Welcome to our Meet the Coach series in honor of Executive Coach Day. I'm here with Jayne. Hi, Jayne. How are you doing?
Hi, Jenny. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. No problem. I'm going to get straight into the questions. So my first question to you is, who is your ideal coachee or client?
Okay, I would say I love to coach women, leaders, and people of colour. And I particularly enjoy helping marginalised leaders, to navigate sort of the challenges that they face in the workplace. But also, I think, to me, it's about developing their authentic leadership style and knowing it's okay to be themselves and finding a way to sort of, relate to other people so that they would, they understand them. So I think when I coach, I'm looking to help people with that, help them find the voice that is true for them. And I think that really sort of excites me as well, to work with people on that. And also emerging leaders as well. It's always very exciting when somebody's got a new leadership role, even if it's at senior level, just to sort of help them kind of, what is my leadership going to look like, and to coach them on that.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. And based on that, maybe an emerging leader or someone new to a new role, or perhaps a female leader from a diverse background. Can you think of an outcome you've particularly had with one of your clients where you've been particularly pleased, particularly proud of?
Yeah, I think I can actually. I coached somebody recently who was a senior leader in the civil service, and she basically had got this new role, and she was losing some of her confidence. And in fact, she was thinking, I've worked all this time to get to this level. Now I don't feel comfortable being there. And so for me, the coaching was about sort of re-establishing that she did have the strengths that she needed to be able to do the role. And what did she, why did she want to do it in the first place? Sort of, re-establishing her purpose, really. And so, through the coaching partnership, I'm pleased to say that she developed that confidence again, decided she wanted to stay in role. One of the other things that we did in the coaching space, and I think it was quite important for somebody, a woman leader in perimenopausal years, was looking at the menopause transition with her as well, because that was coming up, and things like lack of sleep and anxiety was also playing a part in that. And in the end, really what we worked on was that this was the right role for her now, but it wasn't going to be the right role for her in the long term. And so we sort of developed a sort of career action plan. So I'm really pleased about that, because I knew that, from listening to her, that she did have the strength, she did have the ability to be where she was, but it was just some of those sort of inner thoughts that were telling her, the imposter syndrome, that she didn't need to, it wasn't right for her to be there. And of course it was right for her to be there.
Oh, it sounds like you both went on quite a journey.
Yes, absolutely.
A really good one. So you're part of the Diverse Executive Coach Directory, and I'm curious to know from your perspective why you think diversity in coaching is important.
Well, I think it's really important because diversity in coaching for me is about kind of amplifying voices from, different backgrounds, different marginalised backgrounds, different ethnicities, because there has been a particular type of person that has been coaching in the past, and or being, let's say, maybe the majority group. And it's actually now a good time to bring in different perspectives. And just like in business as well, when you get diversity, you get innovation, you get new ways of thinking, new insights. And I think that's something that diversity in coaching brings. And I know myself as well that I do attract coachees from a diverse ethnic backgrounds, and they actually have said to me, part of the kind of chemistry conversation, I'd like to go with you because you understand my lived experience. You have that empathy, and I think that's another reason why it's important to get people who've got all different stories, all different backgrounds, to be coaches and to be able to work with people who also come with that range of backgrounds and stories as well.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, really, really great reasons. You put a compelling argument together there. So my final question to you is, if you could recommend a book to any leader, what would that book be?
Well, I am referring a lot at the moment to Simon Sinek's Leaders Eat Last. I really like this book. And in fact, I bought it for a friend of mine recently who's a CEO of a social enterprise. And I think what I like about it is that he talks about leaders needing to create that circle of safety and belonging in organisations because of the hostile and ever-changing environments that companies and organisations find themselves in. A leader needs to create the kind of empathy that helps their employees, manage their stress and manage their anxiety, and work on their motivation. He also talks, and I find this really fascinating, he talked a lot about early human beings and what are the neurochemicals that were evolved to help us to, be motivated. And he talks about the selfless hormones and the selfish ones as well, and how, as leaders, to understand that bit of neuroscience, I guess, is really important to understand for employers in order to be able to manage their sort of behaviour and manage their motivation as well. And his main point, which is the title of the book, is that really leaders, it's fine to enjoy the perks of being a leader and the benefits, but sometimes you have to be prepared to let that go in order to, progress the employees. In other words, as he says, sometimes leaders need to eat last. And I just think the whole premise of that is really powerful.
Thank you so much. I definitely am going to get that book.
yes, I definitely recommend it. Listening to it on Audible as well.
Oh, it's been great to speak with you today. Really enjoyed getting to know you better. And thank you.
Thank you, Jenny.